Hey guys, Speedoz here, and today I bring you a new video about a Archmage Blade Vortex. We previously were an assassin, but then I switched to trickster. First of all, we've helped Lyra for the bandits because of the crit multiplier and the resists. In the Ascendancy, the Patient Reaper is amazing for this skill. The recover percent life on kill, energy shield, and mana on kill is amazing for this survivability, and the mana sustain since the Archmage does more damage for the more mana you spend. The Wave of the Arcane also grants us plenty of maximum mana, movement skills cost no mana, and obviously 20% chance to recovery, 10% of mana when we use a skill, so this helps a lot when bossing. Swift Killer and Harness the Void helps to build the damage a lot because of this extra chaos damage, and Swift Killer gives us plenty of damage regarding power and frenzy charges on kill. So for mapping, this Ascendancy is pretty much much better than the Assassin one, in my opinion, for this build. On the tree, we want to get as much critical multiplier to spells and increase the maximum mana and mana regen as possible. This way, I got these nodes, and also these ones for spells multiplier, but also basically every mana node that I consider good for the build I got. So you should also consider this when building up your tree. And obviously for the jewels, we went for the Fevered Mind because this gives not only because of the spell damage that varies from 30 to 40%, but also because it increases the mana cost of our skills by 50%. When I am mapping, I use 3 of them, but I usually take 1 out when I'm fighting Sirus because of the mana cost. It goes too high, and sometimes the fight gets a bit complicated due to the mana sustain, so please have this in mind. Another good jewel is Energy from Within, transforms all these nodes to increase the maximum energy shield, and we also took advantage of the Cluster Jewel to help us with the clear. So this cluster jewel that we have is increased chaos damage, and more importantly, the unspeakable gifts with a jewel socket. Unspeakable gifts help us to have some 10% chance to explode enemies, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage. This helps a lot when clearing regular packs, but also with the Delirium packs that they are more HP scaling rather than damage scaling, so really helps up with the clear speed. This Will Shaper is amazing also to help us increase our maximum energy shield because we gain 5% of our maximum mana as extra maximum energy shield, and since we need both, this is amazing synergy. You can see that when we remove this, we lose about 500 ES. So a big nice heads up for Sandra that made this suggestion on stream. So Sandra, thank you very much for recommending the Will Shaper. It's really good for the build. For the gear, we got this wand with this is a regular wand for any Blade Vortex basically. It gives spell damage, increased critical strike for chance for spells, some global multiplier. The lightning damage as extra chaos damage is very nice since we get plenty of lightning damage with the Arcane Cloak and the Archmage. But also the maximum mana is very important as well. You want to get, when building a Archmage build, you want to get as much mana as possible. So this way we can increase our damage. For the shield, we can use the same as the previous build, a Prism Guardian, because of the aura gems, the blood magic, and the reduced mana reservation. For the helmet, we can use a Crown of the Inward Eye, because of the increased maximum life, mana, global energy shield, and the transfiguration properties, like the increased reductions to mana or energy shield or life can help us build damage. So this is very nice. For the amulet, this is the best in slot at Sirus Fireball with the increased mana rage, plenty of mana, maximum mana. So this is really the best amulet for any, in my opinion, any Archmage build. For the anointment, we can have the mind drinker due to the increased maximum mana and also the recovery mana on kill, which is quite good for the mana sustain. But also you can use this arcane capacitor if you can afford this node. This will help also to build the damage because it increases our mana and also increases the effect of the arcane surge, giving us more damage, more spell damage. The ring, this is a very basically resistance based ring with plenty of dexterity, so we can equip our dexterity gems in a easier way. Also, this ring is awesome as well. You want to get as much energy shield and mana as possible with an assassin's mark on hit. The rest is really up to you. I got this ring and I crafted the multi-mod myself with increased damage and elemental res, for example. For the gloves, you want to get the gloves with plenty of energy shield, but also with this modifier of increased critical strike chance against shock enemies if you want, and a open prefix, which I used for a conversion of physical damage to cold damage to help us kill the porcupines without any problems. For the boots, you can use a increased movement speed with plenty of res and energy shield. And the enchantment here, you should look for a increased Mana Regen enchant. I didn't get this because when I did my overlap I couldn't get one, but you should aim for a Mana Regen enchant. And also the Stygian Vise with maximum mana, energy shield, and any resist you can. If you have an open prefix, you can also craft the increased damage as well. The jewel here, you can get a phasing. This helps a lot when mapping, but also with energy shield and maximum mana. The flasks, you don't necessarily need a bottle of faith. I just bought this because I will use it for many builds, but you can use a sulfur flask instead. You can also use a diamond flask, an enduring eternal mana flask of heat, a taste of hate. You can use taste of hate to help with the porcupines as well, or you can use a Sirus promise when bossing. And also a Quicksilver for your movementation. Speaking of the gems, we use a blood magic with clarity on both ones. Oh, forgot, you can also use obliteration for most of the time. The most important modifier here is the gain physical damage as extra chaos damage that goes up to 15%. This one with the unspeakable gifts gives us 30% chance to enemies explode, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage. This is very nice, helps a lot with the clear. We can also kill the metamorphs and basically all the map bosses with a obliteration 1. The damage is enough, but I usually switch to this one when I'm dealing with the Conquerors or the Sirus itself. Okay, so it's really up to you. If you have enough damage, you can keep using the obliteration if it fits yourself. So you can also use a portal. For the helmets, we use Second Wind, Arcane Cloak, Increased Duration, and Arcane Surge. Arcane Cloak is another interesting gem that came in 3.10. That it works like the Utamo Vita from the Tibia if you have played it, but this gem here spends some of our mana and creates a shield for us that absorbs 70% of the damage from hits before going to life or energy shield. So we use Arcane Cloak, spend some mana. We have a shield that will absorb 70% of the hits and also grants us added lightning damage. As you can see here, when we use Arcane Cloak, our damage, our tooltip goes up, and as well as our added lightning damage, which is quite nice actually. Quite interesting gem. Zealotry, Discipline, and Heart of Ice in Prism Guardian. We also use increased duration, cast damage taken, Wave of Conviction, and Vol Righteous Fire. The level of the gems here is very important, otherwise when you take a damage and if your Vol Righteous Fire level is too low, the cast damage taken will proc your Righteous Fire and your life will basically destroy you and put you in to in a very dangerous place. So please have in mind to get the correct levels here. Casting damage taken 1, Wave of Conviction 6, and Volrighteous Fire as higher as you can. Smoke Mine, Second Wind, Arcane Surge, and Flame Dash, the same movement strategy that we used for the Ball Lightning Miner, and a Archmage, Unleash, Lightning Pen, Awaken, Increase the AoE, Blade Vortex, and Conk Effect. The Archmage here, as you may know, it's a support skill that came also in 3.10 that increases the mana cost of the skill, granting us added lightning damage. As you can see, our Blade Vortex tooltip is 3.7k with a mana cost of 115, but when we use the Archmage, our tooltip goes up to 31k and the mana cost almost 3k. So it's a very different playstyle that you should have in mind when playing. If you like this kind of build, could be interesting because we've never had anything that really builds damage when building up mana. We recently had these transfiguration properties with this helmet, but we didn't have a support gem that really boosted our damage when building up mana. This is what I want to mean. So this is a different play style. If you like it, help yourself, but it's not the strongest build in my opinion. If you would build a Archmage, maybe you should look for the Storm brand that I will probably in some future post this on my YouTube channel so you can take a look. Okay. In terms of survivability, this build is nice. It doesn't have real problems when mapping. When bossing, you should be careful with the mana cost of your skill. Maybe if you feel like you could take a Fevered Mind out and use only 2 Fevered Minds instead of 3 because of the mana cost of your skill. Alright? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.
What's this? A real challenge? You finally caught my attention. Die.
Watch guilty crumble.
Explosive Arrow nessa liga, se vai ter? Cara, quero fazer uma baguncinha com Explosive Arrow, vamos ver como é que vai ser.
The others found strength in their projections. They became reliant on it. I'm not so foolish. Die. Be silent.
Pointless. Be utterly annihilated. Fury of the cosmos.
Não consigo ir nele, velho. Segura esse Hadouken então. Esses boss do jogo são todos fortes, né? Matei 3 até agora e eu sofri. São, mano, são. Tem que ter um daninho legal pra ficar tranquilo a fight.
Really interesting enough to warrant all this pain.
esperar aqui, talvez.
You are nothing. Rain of stars.
You yet see the futility of your efforts?
Beyond, there is only horror.
Die. Die.
This city is nothing.
Sirius dos BV. You are nothing. Fica com a profundidade de visão quando você chegar perto dele, tá vendo que vai pra trás? Isso significa que o Sirius está se reposicionando. Quando dá esse zoom assim.
Fury of the cosmos. Be utterly annihilated.
Ele tá vindo pro centro aqui. Então, ó, tipo... Ó, ele tá se aproximando, tá dando zoom, tá vendo? Aí eu vou pra cá, me afasto, dá zoom in. Quando ele tá se aproximando, dá zoom out.
Rain of stars.
Meaning
Is an illusion. I have seen beyond. Everlasting fire.
low on mana. Meaning
Is an illusion. Everlasting fire. I have seen beyond. Silent. Everlasting fire. Die.
feel the thrill of
The void. Beyond, there is only horror. Everlasting fire.
feel the thrill of
The void. Die. Silent. This world is doomed. Everlasting fire.
Tá faltando a regen de mana nessa build. Se eu tivesse mais regen de mana, ou sei lá, mais mana, né, velho? Regen mesmo. Aqui ó, minhas blades demoram muito pra voltar. Eu fico com 4 só.
have seen beyond everlasting fire.
Ó. Nossa, tomei K? Como assim, velho?